Good morning. Welcome to our construction project. We're going to put together, I'm Rich Kangemi, I'm with Mangrove Construction. We're going to put together a video series here that will hopefully walk you through the process of constructing here in the Tampa Bay area. This project is going to start with a demolition. We're going to take you all the way through the construction of a 3-story single-family residence. This happens to be waterfront property, so there are some very specific, unique construction techniques that we'll use. We'll run you through the challenges. If you're a do-it-yourselfer and you're considering building, you might find this really useful. It may encourage you to take that process, undertake that process. If you're, you get through this video series and you're a little squeamish about it, it may discourage you from doing so, because there is quite a bit involved in this process. So let's get started. Now, one of the first things you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the utilities disconnected. So Adam, if you can maybe grab a shot here of what happened in this hole, you'll see that there's a sewer cap, and then to the left of it we had to locate the water meter, and that has also been turned off. In addition to that, the utilities have been disconnected from the power pole up to the house, and of course you'll need to contact the local utilities to do that. In addition to that, we'll have to call, there's a, in every county throughout the United States, there's a service. It's a call before you dig service. And they'll come and do what's called a mark out. And they'll locate any underground services that we have to work around for safety, gas, electric lines. And you'll see there's some spray paint here that is basically indicating that there is a buried utility. So those are some of the things that you'll first want to get started with. Very unique site. It's going to be a very difficult project. As we come out here, you'll see that we have a very narrow roadway. That is going to create some very big challenges here in a construction project like this. So what we've done is to be proactive, we've contacted the local city, and we've asked them for permission to park in the grassy median. We've agreed as a part of that permission to do any repairs necessary. So that might be helpful if they grant that. If not, we're going to have a real challenge throughout this project getting vehicles in and out here and parking, because these are great lots, they're beautiful views, but in a pie-shaped cul-de-sac like this, there's not a lot of room to maneuver, and we cannot block these neighbors' driveways. These are expensive homes, and they deserve and expect to be able to get in and out of them, and we don't want to be the folks that get in the way of folks getting home to have dinner or to get out to work in the morning. So we're going to try to do our best to be good neighbors. A couple of things that we had to do here today. We're cleaning up from yesterday to get prepared for the demo. We've taken 2 trees down. The demolition company does not handle trees, so we went ahead and did that. Kind of a late night for some of the guys, but they got it done, thankfully. We'll take you around the back of the house here. And this should be a pretty easy demo. This is an older home. It was built in 1961. It's really important to know the year of construction, because that's going to tell you a lot about whether or not it's got poured columns in the corners throughout. Typically between floors, we'll see poured columns depending on the year of construction, and around the windows. So all of those things can make the demolition project more difficult. You'll see here where the utilities were removed. Meter can was removed. So we had the power company out here to pull that meter. And then when we're ready, we'll go ahead and get that temporary power connected. Some other things that are going to be challenges. There's some old tree stumps here. They're going to likely be in the way of our foundation work, so we're going to need to get those pulled. That tree was removed yesterday, and we'll get all of this stuff cleaned up as a part of the demolition. One of the things that demolition companies count on is they will reclaim the metals that are in these homes, and that's part of how they bid these projects. So the aluminum, the copper, it'll be separated and recycled, and they'll actually get they'll get paid quite a few bucks for that. So that's a good deal for them. Some of the other things that'll happen here, we take a look here, you'll see beautiful property. This will be a signature home, and we're gonna have some work to do in the back here as well. The seawall will be replaced. It'll be elevated. We'll end up with the ability then to put a swimming pool in this center location here, and that's going to require some unique engineering. So we'll take you through that process when we get to that as well. As we run around the side of the property here, you'll see we've got a silt fence in. In fact, I think this morning a gentleman came by to check that. That's one of the things that's required by the EPA, and that silt fence will keep any of the debris from blowing or entering into the neighbor's property. So that's an important thing, and you can't start a project like that without it. In fact, this silt fence, we're going to have to go ahead and repair this section here because it needs to be tight to the ground. So we'll go ahead and take care of that here shortly. Other than that, pretty straightforward project. They'll come in here with a track hoe, some smaller trucks because challenges of the site. They won't be able to get much larger than a 10-yard dump truck in here. They'll have to back the truck in, which I'm expecting to see that come down, off the trailer on plywood. It's going to be important that we see that vehicle come off the trailer so that it does not mark up this pavement. In fact, let's take a look at this condition because this is fairly new asphalt. And any time that you have asphalt, you're going to have, the possibility to abrade it with heavy equipment. So we've got one abrasion here. We don't want to create more. So we're going to try to be as careful as we can. I spoke to Henry, the contractor that we're using, specialty contractor for demolition, and he agreed that he'd do the unloading very carefully and on plywood so as not to scuff up this asphalt. Not the best quality asphalt. I think we'll be fine with it. I don't expect to have a problem. I do expect that at some point during this construction project that there will be some rash on these curbs, so it's likely that we'll have to get in here and repair some of this. There's utilities over here, so as we park in this area, we're obviously not going to want to park over here. So that's a big concern. Some of the other things you want to look at in site prep when you're going to do construction like this is overhead utilities. One of the first things, that's Chris Pullins. He's going to be handling the framing and a lot of the supervision on site. And one of the things that he first noticed when we came out here is these utility lines. Well, that's something that most folks wouldn't look at, but in the scope of this project, that's going to create a very unique challenge. We've got to get cranes in here to set roof trusses. We've got to get concrete pumps in here, and these lines we're gonna have to work around them. So you'll see how we handle that, and the professionals that we bring to the project to work around those kind of things are going to make all the difference, because experience counts when you're dealing with safety issues and with difficult conditions like this.